What's up, guys? So today I'm gonna be doing my Road to Glory series. So essentially what this encompasses is me playing in rogue tournaments, aspiring to be like the best highly ranked rogue player in the luxury championship page. And so what I mean by this is that we actually have someone keeping points and track of all the tournaments that we've won, and that they're essentially translated into points. So my goal is essentially to accumulate as many points as possible by winning these tournaments, and then essentially showcasing you guys what it's like to play in an alternate format such as Rogue, especially with the format being very stale. Some of the benefits of playing in this is you get to really learn about the vast card pool. What I mean by this is, like, for example, I personally would never know what Unchained cards do. I wouldn't know what Plunders did. I wouldn't know essentially what all these rogue decks do if I never took the time to read them. And playing in rogue tournaments essentially inspired me to take the time to look at these cards and actually respect them. The other benefit of this is that if I go to any tournament, if I encounter a rogue deck, I'll never lose to them ever again, because to be quite frank, knowing what they do is like 90% of the battle. So recently, I actually played in a 32-man tournament for a prismatic area. This was in rogue format, and I actually won this card, as you can see here. It was super nice, super fun, and I got it for $30. So this is actually not clickbait, guys, because the entry was actually only $30 for 2 entries. So I'll showcase you guys the replays of the finals, and this will be essentially episode 1. Alright, guys, and now we're going to review the match for this prismatic area. I think there's actually a lot to learn. I'm going to be piloting Nekroz, and my opponent will be piloting Unchained. So we have the battle of the tier 2, 3, happening. And this is really exciting, guys. A lot is on the line here. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to walk you right through this replay. So I lose the RPS here, and he's going to decide to make me go first. I think it's mainly because during this time, he knew that I was playing Go Second Nekroz. Like, you see right here that I'm maining Lightning Storms and actually evenly match. But it should be okay. I opened up Manju, Mirror, Gungnir, and then the Plume. So I'm just going to start off with the Pentaplume, reveal the Gungnir, and then Plume can summon me the Mandra. And then Mandra lets me search any card or any ritual monster in my deck. It's gonna get met with an Ash Blossom here. I'm gonna go normal summon Manju. The Manju effect is gonna get me Brio. And so at this point, like, you see right here that I actually don't get access to the mirror, or like the scope unicorn combo, but this is still okay. I kind of just pass on this and search Velk just to survive. I was really afraid of what he might be playing. He's going to start off with Extravagance. Extravagance is going to draw him 2 cards, which is pretty good. I think, like, I should have held Brio, in all honesty, and, like, instead of getting the Velk. But he's going to go Arua, pop the set, which triggers the spell card. And then he's going to use the, essentially, Unchained Soul of Dog, aka Dogu, and then link it off with my Talus Mandra. That's actually Coder's dog, by the way, guys, if you watch Distant Coder's stream. Anyways, he's going to make Unchained Solar Rage, and then he's going to go normal summon Reiki. I pretend like I have Nibiru, so I'll literally, on resolution, I was like on res thinking. I pretend that I have the Nib here, so if he makes any more plays, and he's like, it should only be 4 summons, I was literally like, yo, my bad, never mind. And he's calculating game right now. So, I mean, honestly, if he triggered, like, even if he triggers Unchained Soul, like, I still don't die. We'll see right here that I survive with 100 health. But he just has too much advantage, and I just can't capitalize on it. So you see right here, he's going to go that. Trigger both Arua, Reikia. Get Sarama. That's going to pop my monsters. I take exactly 7,800 because I did the math. So I'm left with health. And he's like, yo, Nibiru, please. Well, honestly, if I had Nibiru, he would have lost. He had no follow-up. And the only follow-up he had was Extravagant. So I literally would have won. Anyways, I'm going to Lightning Storm him. But unfortunately, I drew Inception, which is really bad. Which is why if I held the Brio, it would have been so much better. Because if I held the Brio, I could have went Brio. Yeah, it should... Maybe. I'm not sure. Actually, if I held Brio, I wouldn't have Velk. I would have Brioed... Maybe Brioed Unicorn. No. I could have Brioed Klaus. No, actually, I still lost here, to be honest. Anyways, Lightning Storm doesn't really do anything. He's going to get 4 effects off this. They all float, right? So, but, yeah, unfortunately, there's not much else I can do. He's going to just attack me. I do have the Valkyrus, by the way, guys, but it's not going to matter because he understands like the ruling component of if you declare an attack with Valk and the attacked monster gets destroyed, he's going to chain Rakia on the attack of red, which means that the monster is no longer attacking, which means it's unable to negate the attack, therefore Valkyrus will not end the battle phase. This time around, you know, I make him go first, and I decided to go second. You'll see that he was super prepared for evenly match because his deck is really weak to like banish effects, since he doesn't care if they're destroyed by card effects or battle. Like they would essentially get free triggers. Anyways, he's gonna essentially set the spell card, activate Arua, which is a really good opening. That he's gonna trigger both Arua to summon now, and then trigger the spell to special summon. Probably, I think Rakia at this point. Yeah, so he's gonna summon Rakia, which makes sense. And then he's gonna go normal summon Sarama. He's gonna use Sarama. I think, does he use Sarama effect? I don't think he can. Oh no, he used Rakia's effect on Sarama. Because the reason why I can't use Sarama is because Prison is not an Unchained card. That's why. Honestly, if he went Prison and then searched the trap, he would have kind of plus there, but he just didn't. Should have searched trap. So a slight misplay from him. If you went like search trap, then like pop trap with Arua, and then Sarama can reset the trap. So he's going to set Impermanent Iron Wall, so I go first. I'm going to go right to battle, bait out his essentially Imperial Iron Wall. He also plays around Trishula because he set everything, which makes sense. He tries to like do an Imperm, so he showed me an Imperm by accident, and I was like, ooh, okay. And then he's going to activate Imperial Iron Wall. So at this point, the first thing I did was I did Kandor to bait out more stuff. So I did Kandor, so reveal scope. I'm going to summon the Talismandra. He's going to Imperm it. And then at this point, I'm going to go normal summon Manju. The Manju effect is going to trigger, which gets me a card, which is Brionac. Then because I drew like really well here, I'm going to activate Scope for the Herald to search a monster. And I'm going to search Valkyries. Yo, guys, watch this line of play that I do to get out of this pinch. Then I'm going to use Brio effect to get Shurit. I'm then going to go Shurit for the Valkyries. Search the Trishula. I'm going to use Valkyrie's effect to tribute 2 monsters to draw 2 cards. And then I'm in a very good spot here. As you can see here. Very, very good spot. Anyways, at this point in time, I was thinking of what to do. So I just made BLS Link. Just because I figured like, oh, he can't really out it unless he top decks like the big Unchained monster. But then I realized he can get it anyway. So that was probably a misplay on my part. Like I didn't want to make Dweller there because he can just out it. So what he's going to do is he's going to set 1. Rakia pop the escape, which is really lucky top deck. And then he's going to get Abomination right there. He's going to overlay for the Ngirsu to out it instead of crashing, which I'm not sure why he did it that way. But, okay. So he's going to use Effect Ascend and just dish out a lot of damage. Then, guys, you see that I'm in a really bad position. And then watch the next sequencing and lines of play that I do to get out of this pinch. All right. First, what I'm going to do is I use the prep to get Brio and add back Cycle. So there's a very particular reason why I add back Cycle, and you'll see why pretty soon. I'm going to use the Brio effect to get Unicorn. I'm going to banish both the Scope and the Valkyries to essentially search any ritual spell in my deck. But I realized, oh wait, I can't do it because of Imperial Iron Wall. So I had to like recalculate my play, and I realized, wait, it doesn't matter because I have Klaus anyway. So I'm like, okay. So I get Scope through this, and then I'm going to activate like Scope now. So I'm going to use Scope to send the Herald to summon the Unicorn. The Herald is now going to search me Ben 10. Well, why do I do this, you say? Well, essentially, Ben 10, after I cycle it to summon Brio, Ben 10 is going to search me the Manju. I can then go normal summon Manju, search the Chalice Slime. At this point, I can use Briac to bounce back his Ding. And then I'm going to overlay for Abyss Dweller. So at this point, I can then use Abyss Dweller's effect, and all my monsters are boosted by 500 attack because of Abyss Dweller. I can attack both of them, and then he won't get any effects. So that's essentially how I outed his entire board. you'll see that like this line of play is very, very important. And then now he's on the top deck. He top decks Unchained Soul, which doesn't help, and then I just attack him for game. And so I got game 2 there pretty luckily. Just do some clever plays with Ben 10. I have the Nibiru this time, which I sided in, but you see that he kind of like bricked. So I pretty much am gonna be in a lot of advantage because of that. I get Manju. Manju's gonna now I'm gonna reveal Bookstone, which is a really good draw. But you want to hard draw Bookstone. Actually, it's like the worst one. You want to hard like that. You want to summon from the deck, so it's like the best one to like hard open, which summons me Mandra. Mandra effect is gonna trigger. He's gonna impermit. I'm gonna use Salad Slime effect, and then I'm gonna discard the Nibiru because we don't need it anymore. We're gonna use the effect of Candle to add. We're gonna get the Inception. We can then use Inception effect to make Valkyris. Then use Valkyris effect to tribute 2 to draw 2. And then now at this point in time, I have a really, really good hand. And I'm going to use a Brio effect to search Unicorn. I'm going to activate Scope, send the Herald. And now I'm going to search using the Herald effect to get Trishula. Then activate Prep, get Klaus now. And then I'm going to get the Scope. So at this point, if he like didn't have anything else, I was going to go Klaus for Mirror and then banish Brio and banish Klaus to summon Trishula and then just Trish him. And then I would literally I would OTK him, to be honest. But he's going to call by the grave to Klaus here. And so I actually don't get to OTK him. So I attack him for like a lot of damage. And then pretty much in main phase 2, I'm going to make Abyss Dweller so he doesn't get any effects. And he didn't draw another monster, so I pretty much just win here. Search Unicorn, scope for the Unicorn, and then just win there, guys. So that was pretty much it, guys, for the finals. I think like game 2 was very, very good for us to watch in terms of learning the matchup. And then also in terms of like the bracket, I'll actually show you guys like the bracket now. Alright, guys, so now I'm gonna actually show you guys like the bracket. So like I said, this is a 32-player event. You can enter in with double lives, and so this is actually the semifinals. I just considered the finals because I actually had to play him twice, and I won in both the semifinals twice, so I had to play myself in the finals actually, guys. You already know I already scooped to myself. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay and this series. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing is showing you guys like the tournaments and my progression of how I'm doing in the Rogue format, especially as it continually evolved, so you guys get to see something different. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for attending. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, whether or not you enjoy watching more of like a Rogue tournament and my progression as a Rogue player in like the luxury tournament, especially during like the Rona season, where it's a lot harder to play in like locals, and there's no like events really happening besides like some current formats here and there. So I figured this would be like fun to do on the side. Also get some cool prizing along the way. If you guys are interested in joining tournaments like these, check in the description box below for a link to like the luxury gaming page where you can enter tournaments like these. And who knows, maybe I get to like play you. And without further ado, guys, thank you so much again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.